so hood, I'm 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 so hood. What up, guys? How's it going? Not much going on with me. I was too tired yesterday to play any freaking games. It was one of those days at work where it just beat the freaking hell out of me. A lot of people off, a lot of stuff running. It was crazy. We got through it. But today's question is Megaman or Megaman X? I'm assuming that, I think this is from Oak City Gamers. I'm assuming that you have to pick one, is what he's saying. Like you have to. So, okay. Pretty easy for me. And I guess I'll just go straight into it here. I definitely like the classic Mega Man better. It's not even close. My problem, so what happened with me, I'll tell you on my little Mega Man journey. So before I started YouTube, I had gotten back into retro gaming. I've always been around retro gaming. I've never gotten rid of like my NES and stuff like that. I've always had it. I always went back to it too. I always would turn on my old stuff and play it sometimes. Same thing as like going back to my GameCube and things like that. I was always into going back to stuff like that. And one character I got really into was Mega Man. And I had never, when I was a kid, I had never really worked on Mega Man. I always told you guys this when we'd run it and stuff like that. First of all, I didn't own any of them. And then when we would rent them, we didn't really understand. Like everything, like we didn't understand, oh, okay, I gotta find which level I can actually beat so that you can get that weapon and then use what weapon that you got from there is gonna kill what other guy. And you gotta figure out like the boss order, basically, the stage order. And as for like Mega Man 2 and stuff, I don't know if I ever rented it or anything like that. I'm not really sure. Mega Man was not a big character that was around when I was playing games when I was a kid. That was just one I kind of missed out on. Sort of like Castlevania. I'd only played Simon's Quest. That was it. I didn't play Bloodlines. I didn't play Super Castlevania. I didn't play Castlevania 1 or 3. I didn't play any of those. That was just something that my dad must have missed. And so he didn't buy it for us. You know, if we would have tried it, we would have loved it. But we didn't. So yeah, going back to how I started playing it. So I had Super Smash Brothers on the N64, the first one. I had that for the N64, and I didn't really want it. I've never been a Smash Bros. Guy, so I didn't really want to own it, but it was a game that was going for a decent amount. So what I did was I took it into a place called Game Corner. It's gone now. But I went in there, and they had they were a new place selling retro. This is back when retro stores were opening up everywhere. We had Game Worlds, we had TNT Games, we had Game Corner, we had Disc Replay. Retro is booming, man. So this had to have been like 2010. So retro was coming back full force, you know. So I took Super Smash Brothers in, and I traded, and I got Mega Man. And I did a one-off trade, 1-for-1. And so the guy did it. And so I brought home Mega Man, and I said, hey, I'm going to beat these. And I started having a lot of fun with it. I got really into it. I mean, I got into the character. I was really into it. I played all of them in a row. I played 1 through, at the time, was 10. Played Mega Man 1 through 10, all in order. Kept ordering the new one that I needed or going out and buying it. And then I played Mega Man 64. I had never played Mega Man Legends 2, which is on PS1. So I got through all of those. And then, now recently I've beaten Mega Man 11. I got through that when it came out. But then I tried the X series. I went in the X series after it. And I got through X3. I beat Mega Man X1, 2, and 3. And then I started X4, and I was just completely like Mega Man'd out. But the problem is that with Mega Man X, I wasn't a big fan. Love the original stuff, love the character, love the way that you just had the different boss fights. I mean, I would read the Nintendo Powers where they had the contest of kids had to think of the new robot masters and they had to turn them in and they'd pick them and stuff. I mean, I was really into it. I was reading everything on Mega Man, dude. I had Mega Man statues and stickers and posters in my game room. I mean, I was really into Mega Man. No, that's not why my name is Megadan29 either. It just goes with that. Megadan, Mega Man. That's the only reason I chose it. 29 is my sports number. Anytime I was into sports in high school and stuff, when I played sports and I got into softball and things, I was 29. That was it. That's the story. So yeah, I'm not a huge Mega Man fan anymore. If anything, I'm very fatigued of Mega Man. I don't like to play it very much. So, going back to what I did not like about the X series. So, I didn't like how the X series became like this exploration thing. How you had to replay the levels a million times and look for where you thought pieces of armor were at. And it was not easy to find the armor, dude. It's very difficult. There's some in between X1, 2, and 3. There's some stuff that's ridiculously hidden. I remember there's a level where you got to run on the water and you got to like skip across it, and then you have to like kind of launch yourself. And then there's a piece of armor up at the top of a level or something like that. And I remember looking it up and just thinking, how would you even find that? Like, come on, guys. How long do they expect you to run around this level and just try to find this shit? You know, because not every level had armor, so you didn't know. And then you had to find your E-tanks, too, and I'll get into that in a second. So I didn't like how you had to find your armor, because it was just not what Mega Man was. I liked just beating the level, and you did whatever was necessary to beat the level, and if you had the right weapons, you could beat the level, or if, like, some of the levels were really tough to where if you didn't have the right weapon, Robot Master might beat your ass. You know, you kind of needed it, you know? And I loved that. I loved that about it. The old Mega Man Classic stuff was just, to me, the way to go. And what I was hoping was that on Mega Man X, it would just pick it back up where it left off, and it didn't. It was way different. And I was just like, what the fuck are we doing here? I liked how you could wall jump and everything. That was fine. And I liked how you could, you know, your charge shot was awesome and stuff. I mean, the looks of it was cool. The graphics were fine. But also, I thought the Robot Masters in the X series were very weird. You know, they would try to mix things and stuff and go with a theme, like, oh, everything's going to be like fish, or everything's going to be this. And it just wasn't as cool. Like, the Robot Masters in the classic one were so much fucking better. You know what I mean? Like, not even close, you know? And that kind of sucked, because every time I start a new game, part of the fun was, oh, what Robot Masters do we got this time? You know what I mean? That was what was fun about it. Seeing all the levels themed in the way of the Robot Master. You know, if it was Snake Man, you know, it'd be like, everything was like snakes in the level and shit. It was cool. You're in the ground and shit. But Mega Man X had just weird, mashed up stuff, and I just didn't like it. You know, I know it's a really, people love the game now, but I don't know how you like it. Unless you look stuff up and you just know where all the armor is, and then, yeah, I'm sure it's a lot of fun, because you just make your way through the level, and then you look up where the armor is, and then you're all powered up and shit. Because that was another thing, when I was beating Mega Man X 1, 2, and 3, I didn't have all the pieces of armor, dude, so it's a lot harder. And I love Sigma, I love the story and everything, but I just didn't like all the exploration bullshit, dude, about having to replay the level a million times till I find it, you know? Because if you don't look it up, that's what you have to do. I mean, if you look it up, then you're not going to think that. Because you could just look up where it is, and then, of course, it's fun. You can just run through and know where everything's at, you know? And I just think that's cheating, and so I don't do that, you know? I looked it up after the fact, and then I would look it up and be like, how the fuck was I supposed to find that? You know what I mean? I'd be like, come on, man. Or I was looking in one level and it didn't even have a piece, and I thought it did. So I'm just wasting my time, you know? So I'm like, son of a bitch, dude. So I just didn't like how it was designed, you know? I just didn't like that. If anything, I think that they maybe should have done something where, like, they told you there's a piece of armor in the level. Like, hey, there's one here. Like, maybe you have some radar you can get from fucking Dr. Light or whatever, you know? But, anyway, I just didn't like it, man. I did not have fun with it. I was just moaning and groaning through the game, and I just realized, man, I'm not having fun with this. So after I got done with X3, I started X4, and I was like, I'm good. I'll come back to this someday, maybe. I'm just done. And ever since then, dude, I've been on Mega Man burnout, dude. I don't even want to play it, you know? I did play Mega Man 11, though. I did. That was fun, dude. Mega Man 11 was dope. Because it picked up where the classic Mega Man left off. You know what I mean? It's good, dude. It was an HD graphics, new game, new controls, but classic. And that's the best, man. That's the best. That's why I thought Mega Man 11 was, like, probably the best. I think that was the best Mega Man. I had so much fun with it. And Nathan did no death run of it. That was, I mean, even Nathan loved it, dude. It was good. But anyway, another thing I didn't like about Mega Man X was finding the E-tanks. I think it's fine that you had to find them, but here's my fucking problem with them. When you die, why? Why do I have to go grind and refill my fucking E-tanks, dude? I want to go to the boss, and I want to have all my E-tanks for obvious reasons, because he's hard. Keep in mind, I didn't have all the fucking armor and shit, so I didn't have increased defense and attack power and everything else. And I needed the fucking E-tanks, man. So every time I died, not every continue, no, every life that you fucking die, you have to go somewhere and you have to run in between the stages and keep respawning enemies so that you fill all your E-tanks so you can go try again. It'd take like 15 minutes, dude. 10, 15 minutes. I used to time it. I mean, ridiculous. Such a terrible development idea. I mean, quoting AVGN here, what were they thinking? Seriously. Like, holy fuck. There's dying in Metroid and having to re-get your stuff, which is stupid. And then there's Mega Man X. But in Mega Man X, you die a lot more. So you have to do it all the fucking time. Where in Metroid, you don't die very much. You're pretty OP, to be honest with you, you know? So it's like, Mega Man X, dude, had some tough fucking bosses. Like I said, if you don't have the armor, you're probably, it's easy. Yeah, it's easy because you have all the armor, bro. That's why. It's a lot harder when you don't have that shit, believe me. And your first time. If you practice all the time and you're sitting there using your save state and stuff, yeah, of course it's gonna be easy. Come on now. Of course. I did it blind and I did it without armor. Fuck, dude, it's hard. So I would die a lot. Yeah, not fun filling your E-tanks. Not fun. And you had to have them, dude. If you went in there without filling them, I mean, it's a death wish, dude. You're done. You know what I mean? So it was just not fun, dude. It was. Why, when you die, don't you just have full E-tanks? Like, are you stupid? Are you dumb? When you're making that video game, are you an idiot? And the answer is yes. Yes, you are. Capcom, you're supposed to be so fucking great. What the fuck you doing? Gee whiz. Jeez. In the original Mega Man, you just had to buy E-tanks, which was kind of easy. But if you did have a problem with the bosses or something, then you just go back to Dr. Light's fucking lab and you'd buy more. You had plenty of bolts to do it. Just why make things... That's one of those things that making something difficult for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, refilling your fucking E-tank, dude. Oh my god. And there was like 4 of them! So you had to refill all 4 of them, dude. It took like 15 minutes, dude. It was a mess. So fuck Mega Man X. Fuck Mega Man X, dude. That game is not that good, bro. I know Phil Twerp, that's like one of his favorite games. I get it. Once you've mastered it, sure. Maybe it's this great game. You know where all the armor is. You know how to fight everybody, sure. It's great. But getting there is not fun. Getting there is not fun, dude. It's not. It sucks. You know what I mean? The classic series is fun every time you play it. It's fun every time. You go blind. I played all of them blind. I went through and I had fun with every fucking one of them. Everybody always asks me, what's your favorite Mega Man? It's kind of hard to pick that because they're all good. And when you talk about the classic series, they're good. Hell, I had fun with Mega Man 64. I did. I thought it was fine. I remember I played that when I moved into my first house. When we moved into there, I stayed up. I was the only one at the house. There was a bunch of boxes everywhere. I was cleaning up the place, and I was going to stay the night there. Megan was at her parents' house, and I played Mega Man 64. And it was fun. It was really fun. I had a great time with it. A little goofy at times, for sure. But it was fun. I had a good time with it. It was like a Mega Man Quest game. It was fun. And no, I've never played like Battle Network or anything. A lot of those just looked really poor. I didn't want to try them. I had gotten all Mega Man'd out. I was going to play those after I played the X games. But the X games, like, were just not fun, dude. It was not fun. Not fun. And give me Proto Man over Zero, bruh. The Proto Man story's way cooler. Fucking Proto Man, bruh. But yeah, by the way, play the Mega Man arcade game. It's pretty good, actually. There are 2 of them. Me and Nathan playing a lot of the Pandora's Box. They're fun, they're quick, they're easy. You just face all the Robot Masters and then face Dr. Wily. And you can go down different paths and stuff. And it's fun. You get all the different powers and stuff. It captures what the game is about. But yeah, Mega Man X, man. When everybody talks about how great it is, I'm like, nah. It's like when everybody talks about Super Smash Brothers. That's another one I'm just not my thing. That's more of a situation, though, where I'm just not into that type of game, you know? So that's more of what that is. Mega Man X, I just thought was not a good game. I don't think so, man. You know what I mean? I don't see how that's fun, you know? There's a lot of problems with it. If you play it legitimately. If you play it legit. If you're just going to look up where the armor is, and you're going to use a strategy guide and shit, and you're going to look up, oh, I can't find this piece of armor, where are these legs at? And you go look it up, well then, yeah, it's probably fun, dude. I mean, especially if you're going to, like, look up the order, too, of what order you should go in. I mean, yeah, it's going to be fun then, because you're OP as fuck, you know? But if you just play it straight up blind, and you go into it, it's not fun, dude. It's not. It's more of a pain in the ass. Because all the difficulty lies in the wrong places. You know what I mean? It's making things hard for no reason. Just because I can't find armor, it's hard. Just because I gotta fill my E-tanks every time, it's hard. You know what I mean? Other than just making it actually difficult. You know, if I have all my gear and everything, well, then it's easy. You know what I mean? It's just like any other Mega Man game. There's never really a Mega Man game that was tough, you know? That's like with the classic ones, with the classic Mega Mans, I don't think there was ever truly a game that was hard. I remember 3. I thought it was like 3, 4, or 5 that was kind of tough, that I do remember dying quite a bit. But yeah, nothing that was like legitimately hard, though, where I was stuck for a while. It was just like, I'd die more at that spot. But in the later games, the later that Mega Man got, the more you could buy E-tanks, and E-tanks were an easier access, you know, and you'd get all these different powers and stuff. So if anything, it got easier because you could just buy upgrades, and then it was pretty easy once you did that. You know what I mean? Like, how you going to lose when you have, like, 9 E-tanks? You know, how you going to lose? You know? So, yeah. But if anything, Mega Man 1 didn't give you any breaks. Mega Man 1, you had to go in order. You had to, you didn't really have E-tanks. That wasn't really a thing. You didn't have your slide. You didn't have a charge shot. You didn't have any of that stuff. So it was very bare bones. So you had to, like, just be good at it, you know? A lot more stiff. It was the first one, you know? But yeah, other than that, the first one, too, when you went back to Dr. Wily's castle, that was tough, dude. That was tough. A lot of people talk about the orange monster or whatever. Not even just him, though. Like, just the levels in general. They were tough, dude. There was a lot of pits, a lot of stuff you had to do. That was not that easy, man. You had to use that. You had to make sure you got that one power that made the lines, that made the platforms for you. And you had to use those in really tough spots. It was not easy, man. I remember Nathan got to Dr. Wily's castle when he was playing Mega Man 1. He was getting really frustrated with Dr. Wily, so I helped him. And even I was dying a lot. I was like, holy shit, I don't remember it being this hard. Oh my gosh. Jeez, man. And so, yeah, I had to practice it, and then I got through it with him. But he watched me one night beat it. Because I was like, you want to turn? And once he seen me dying, he's like, no. But anyway, it was fun. But anyways, guys, that's my Mega Man talk. Mega Man Classic, easy over X. That's not even... That's minor leagues and major leagues, man. Seriously, not even close. Not even fucking close. But leave your comments down below. Let me know what you're going to do. And God bless.